Jersey pilots, Jersey Radio 82, please.
Radio pilot.
Yes, the Trident 2 from Granville 1110 at the pilot station, 1110.
That's thanks very much. Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is the yacht Benbow. I am on fire. It's an open bay. I need immediate assistance, please.
Yacht Benbow, calling Mayday. This is Jersey Radio. Can you spell the name of your boat, please, and give exact position, over?
Yes, my boat is Benbow, B-E-N-B-O-W. I am near the Diamond Buoy. I need immediate assistance.
Benbow, all received, confirm near Diamond Buoy, require immediate assistance. Standby assistance coming to you immediately.
Hello, Jersey Opera.
Yes, it's Jersey Radio. We've received a report from the yacht Benbow. He's on fire in the vicinity of the Diamond Buoy. It requires immediate assistance.
Right. Send out a Mayday message alerting all ships about this incident into the open space, and I shall launch the lifeboat immediately.
Mayday relay, Mayday relay, Mayday relay. This is Jersey Radio, Jersey Radio. Information received of the vessel Benbow on fire in vicinity of Diamond Buoy, requiring immediate assistance. St Helier Lifeboat is being launched. Any vessel in the area, assist and reply to Jersey Radio immediately. This is Jersey Radio.
The Mayday message starts a chain of events affecting a team of people who are normally in their day-to-day working environment. All rescue services operate on a 24-hour basis, and lifeboat crews are no exception. Coxswain Mike Berry, an ex-town pilot, manages 2 garages. Within seconds of the call, he's on his way to the lifeboat. A busy computerized office at the Jersey Electricity Company. Credit controller Mark Hayward is part of the team who mans the shore station when the lifeboat is at sea. Billy Hibbs is lifeboat engineer. His work involves shifting heavy freight on the quay. Engineers are the only crew members employed and paid by the Royal National Lifeboat Institution on a 20-hour-week basis. At the boathouse, essential kit and safety equipment is ready for action. Each crew member grabs a life jacket and helmet, including the temporary coxswain, John Nettles, star of the Bergerac series. John has abandoned his office at the Bureau des Étrangers and takes the wheel as the lifeboat answers the distress call. Under his command, engines roar into life, ropes are slipped, and it's full ahead as the crew prepare for any emergency. On this exercise, the weather is kind. Calm sea, little wind, and perfect visibility. Many rescues are carried out in storms and in the dark of night when tensions run high. One reason why modern lifeboats are equipped with the best electronic navigational aids, and the crews fully protected and clipped to the boat by safety lines. Meanwhile, the crew of the Benbow have abandoned the yacht and are safe in the life raft. They mark their position with smoke and wait for the lifeboat to haul alongside. Cox Nettles brings his command alongside the leeward side of the raft, allowing the lightweight rubber boat to drift down tide into the lifeboat. Willing hands help the casualties aboard, and the first man brings with him a cheque for £20,000, donated by the Association of Jersey Charities, towards the cost of a new time-class boat, due to come on the Jersey station in October. In a real rescue, the safety of the survivors comes first, and the raft is cast off. Under certain conditions, this can be the most dangerous part of the rescue for the lifeboat crew. Tensions ease and many a lifeboat has run into trouble returning to harbour, especially in the shallow waters crossing sandbars. For John Nettles and his crew, it's a successful operation. So, with throttles fully open, it's back to base. The Victoria Pier, normally a commercial quay, turned into a massive carnival by the Fishermen's Association. But it's the people who create the atmosphere. Talk about the Battle of Flowers, what about the Battle of the Water on high seas? Hundreds turned up for the barbecue. The Fishermen's Association were out to raise cash for the RNLI and Channel Island Air Search. Among the highlights of the evening was the trawler race. But first in the harbour, as the dressed boats and crews paraded, it was no holds barred, with every boat, large and small, joining in the fun. The crowds gave their support and were rewarded with a harbour packed with fishing boats and pleasure craft, all entering in the spirit of the carnival. As one observer said, chaos but organised fun, with everyone under fire from the hoses. Fishing trawlers from France joined boats from Alderney and Guernsey, plus the local trawlers from the inshore and channel fleets. For the race, the bright yellow aircraft of Channel Island Air Search made several passes over the area. Now an essential part of the sea rescue services and a welcome sight for those in distress. That'll see him off. Bergerac pulls the lanyard of the cannon and sends the first boats in the race away. Within seconds, calm waters are churned to froth. Normal speed limits are ignored as the big boats head out to the first turning mark. In fact, the race developed into a free-for-all, as skippers attempting to find their way around the course chased after rivals and continued the water battle. The race was divided into 3 sections for safety reasons. The faster, larger boats went first, and the smaller craft made up the rear guard. The captain of the Condor hydrofoil demonstrated his skill in seamanship as he motored through the fleet. At the turning mark, it became a tight squeeze as the boats clipped the corner, judging the distance to the last inch, preparing to fend off the opposition. The bigger boats weigh in at several tons and cost in the region of £250,000. They are tough, but damage would be expensive. After all, they are working boats. How's this for a challenge? The harbour boatmen take on the state's tug Duke of Normandy. One thing's for sure, there's no water shortage here. The tug brings her water cannons to bear, and the boatmen are forced to beat retreat. Trophies for the race were awarded in memory of local fisherman Mo de Boucher. But it wasn't a question of who won, it was a question of taking part and raising cash for sea rescue. Some visiting yachtsmen entering the harbour were a little surprised by the welcome and must have thought there was some sort of revolution underway. If they noticed the dress of some fishing boat crews, well, the less said the better. With the light dropping, it was the turn of the Sea King helicopter to show off its paces and test the skills of the lifeboat crews. The bright yellow machine reflected the low sun as the pilot skillfully hovered in position as the winchman lowered his companion to pick up a simulated casualty. The pilot can't actually see under the helicopter, so the winch operator directs the operation through the intercom. A classic piece of teamwork as the rotors scream, causing heavy sea wash, holding the machine above the lifeboat. The Sea King is based at Brodie in Wales and is always on call for sea and mountain rescue. This exercise is making history. It's the first time ever a Sea King has operated in the confined waters of St Helier Harbour. For the Fishermen's Association, the end of a perfect day. For the RNLI and Channel Island Air Search, more cash in the kitty. 4 months on, and Monday, December the 11th, brought a dull grey morning, combined with a sharp easterly wind, as on time the new lifeboat Alexandra Coutange rounded Corbière and made for St Helier. When it comes to safety, the RNLI don't spare the pennies, and the Tyne-class boat, with her low silhouette, is ideal for the rocky shallow waters around the Jersey coast. As she showed off her paces, it became clear the design, giving her a speed of 18 knots, enables the crew, up to 7 strong, to be totally enclosed, sheltered from the worst of the weather by strong deck houses. She was welcomed off Lemoy Point by the present lifeboat, the Thomas James King, which has done sterling work since she came on station during 1975. Over the 15 years of service, the boat has taken part in over 400 day and night rescues in weather that sometimes makes the seagulls seek shelter inland. The new Alexandra Coutange is also fully equipped for operations at night. Her sophisticated electronics enable the crew to home onto a casualty in gale-force winds, or work with an air search operation involving helicopters. The highlight of the arrival at St Helier came when she entered harbour, escorted by the Thomas James King, leading a convoy of welcoming craft, including the island's governor, Admiral Sir William Pillar. The crew had undergone a week's training at sea, learning how to handle the new boat. Their achievement meant that the RNLI inspectors declared, as from her arrival in harbour, the Alexandra Coutange was now on station and ready to respond to any distress call.